we talk about the actual color wheel. Listen, do you remember in school, maybe you would have learned in art class, primary colors, secondary and tertiary colors. And often I met with a blank stare. So I say, okay, let's grab the color wheel. Primary colors are blended to create just about any color in the rainbow with white and black. So primary colors are your blue, your yellow, and your red. Now with blue, yellow, and red, and white and black, you can create just about any color, not just about, you can create any color in the rainbow. And there are millions and millions of colors that you can create. Now, for the purposes of the color wheel, you have to understand that it is split into two sections, one being cool and the other one being warm. So if you put a line, draw a straight line down the center of the color wheel, you can easily delineate warm on one side, on the left-hand side, and cool on the right-hand side. That's the first step in color analysis, is understanding whether you look better in cool or warm colors if you have cool or warm undertones. Next thing is we talk about color terminology. Let's dive into an understanding about that. Color terminology is the language of color, and it revolves around talking about the best colors to make an individual appear more powerful, more confident, more trustworthy, whatever it is that they want to be perceived as. But you first have to look at some definitions from the color wheel before the client can fully understand how to build up that wardrobe. On the color wheel, you'll notice that all of the terms that we're talking about in this segment are comprehensively displayed on the wheel. If you don't have this tool, please print it out from your reference materials and refer to the pictures of the color wheel front and back as we go through this segment. Also, you'll find that the color wheel is very much displayed in the book Color Me Powerful. So primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. These cannot be mixed from any other colors. They are primary colors. They stand alone. The primary colors are the building blocks of all of the other colors in the rainbow, all of the other colors in the universe. They cannot be created by mixing other colors. That is why they're called primary. Secondary colors. Secondary colors are created by mixing equal portions of two primary colors. Three secondary colors that we talk about are orange, which is the combination of yellow and red, green, which is the combination of blue and yellow, and violet, which is the combination of blue and red. They're located between the primary colors and are created again from mixing an equal portion of two primary colors. Very important. Now let's talk about tertiary colors. These are also called intermediate colors. Tertiary colors are created by mixing an equal amount of a primary color, that is your red, your blue, or your yellow, with an adjacent secondary color. These colors, these tertiary colors, further expand the color wheel and provide more nuanced shades. For example, red, orange, and blue-green are tertiary colors. There are 12 main colors on the color wheel. On the RGB color wheel, these hues are called red, orange, yellow, chartreuse green, green, spring green, cyan, azure, blue, violet, magenta, and rose. A key color is a dominant color in a color scheme. When we plan a wardrobe, or a travel outfit or travel wardrobe, you want a key color. That means that you're not packing 10 suitcases. You can get away with one and create 12 or 14 or 20 outfits around one key color. A key color is the foundation of your wardrobe plan for that particular schema. An example of a key color would be if you wanted to have a teal dress with gold jewelry and a red handbag. The teal accents and teal pumps would come into play here as well, and the key color would be teal. So we created a wardrobe around that. Now, the next terminology that we need to go into is called, a combination of black and white is a gray. And grays create a plethora of colors. I am a muted winter, so when I have a true color, I mix it with gray. I try and find fabrics or cosmetics that have a mix of gray in them so that I have that muted effect in my wardrobe. So the grays create muted effects, and it is a combination of black and white. Now let's talk about intensity or chroma. This is the brightness or dullness of a color. When you have high intensity, the color is very bright. It's vibrant. When you have low intensity, it is duller, and it doesn't give off such a pop from a far distance. When you have a high chroma, it's the same thing. It's a very intense color. Lower chroma, less so. The value of a color is the lightness or darkness of a color. That would be where it is a light blue or a dark blue, for example. A light pink or a dark pink. That is the value of a color. I mentioned before that when we look at colors, we also have to look at them in terms of warmness or coolness. So warm colors or cool colors are broken down by hue, temperature, intensity, and tone. And these are characterized by whether the color is cool on the blue side of the spectrum or warm on the yellow-orange side of the spectrum. Cool colors are also called receding colors, and they are the blues, the greens, the violets on that half of the color wheel. And the warm, also called aggressive colors, are the oranges, the reds, the yellows on that half of the color wheel. The next definition is called a hue. A hue is a reference to the pure primary colors on the color wheel. Blue, red, yellow are the true shades of that color. So those are the hues. And these can also be for the secondary and tertiary colors, but remember, this is the pure colors in equal portion mixes of those secondary and tertiary colors. Clients often get confused between tints, tones, and shades. And it's very important that they understand, especially when they're going out clothing shopping or accessory shopping, the difference between tints, tones, and shades. So when I think about this, I think that color hues, those true colors, can be altered by adding pure white, pure black, or gray, and varying, which is varying degrees of black and white. And these can create lighter or darker versions known as tones and tints and shades. So when you look at a color, whether it's blue or red or yellow or orange or whatever it is, each of these colors has a tone, a tint, and various shades. This is called a color family. Color families can be easily mixed and swapped and matched or inserted. For instance, you can substitute pink with red and still be able to pull off combinations based on the color wheel. This is really exciting because this is the basis for seasonal color analysis's 3 nuances, which are muted, true, or intense. So remember that. This is really exciting. Now, the real true definition of a tint is a color, that true color, mixed with white to brighten it. A tone is the color, the true color, mixed with gray, which could be a lighter or a darker gray, meaning that more black or more white is added to create that gray. That is a tone. A shade, on the other hand, is the true color only adding black, no white, no gray. So Tints are colors plus white, tones are colors plus gray, and shades are colors plus black. Now, if you look at the examples that we provide, you can quickly see what a tone, a tint, and a shade are. For example, a tint of red would be pink, a tone would be a brick red, for example, while a shade of red would be maroon. As you can imagine, there are thousands and literally thousands of different colors that can be made by simply making slight changes in the addition of either white or black or gray, and then altering the mix of the primary, secondary colors. To best explain this to your client, you have to use your imagination and consider the color categories in the 12 colors that are predominant on the color wheel and start mixing and matching. And I highly recommend that you have examples with you to show your client. And again, we've provided examples in this course as well as in the Color Me Powerful book.